Okay. In this one, I'm going to be playing Broodmother, and I'm going to be a solo offlane. With Brood, this is not only a how to play Brood, but what not to do versus a Broodmother, because she's definitely a great push hero, an amazing tower push hero, if you do not let her, or if you leave her alone. We're also playing captain's mode here, so this is just like in the tournaments, sort of. You know, obviously it isn't tournament games, but this is a captain's mode with Sporadical, who's named at this time Hitachi's Magic Wand, Dr. Dave, which he was the guy who invited me earlier, Xanos, and ETA Knuckles. Again, I usually play with these guys a lot. They're great at Dota, and I enjoy playing with them. All right, they banned out Phantom Lancer first. We're talking over our builds.
10 seconds remaining.
That's the hard thing about captain's mode, is you don't know the other team. I mean, in the tournaments, these guys know the other team. They know who usually plays what. You know, there's no real wild cards. Oh, there is. You know, we seen Mushi play 18 different characters in the tournament, or in the international. However, whenever you're playing captain's mode in a public match like this, you don't really know the other team. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they normally play. You've never seen them play before, and hell, they may never have played together before in their entire life. They could just be a random put together team and have no cohesion whatsoever. So there's a lot of what ifs going on. I believe Xanos was team captain here, and I don't think he knew he was team captain, so this is why this ban's taking forever. So we're going to go ahead and ban out Lifestealer.
Dire team ban.
But
10 seconds remaining.
Captain's mode is a fun mode to play if you have a full party. That way, full party you play with normally. They went ahead and banned out Warlock.
Radiant team ban.
Simply because the game itself is, and we went ahead and banned out Kodal, Keeper of the Light. That takes out the obvious. You know, Phantom Lancer was already banned, but you know, you get the Phantom Lancer, Keeper of the Light combo out of the way, and Keeper of the Light does have a great counter push with his Illuminate, especially early game. But as I was saying, if you're with a group of friends that you normally play with, captain's mode is a lot of fun, especially since you know who normally plays what role they can play, what role they're good at,
Reserve time.
and who they're not really good at, so you know not to pick that character for them. Alright, looks like their first pick's going to be Nyx Assassin.
Radiant team pick.
And again, like I said, we don't know who's going where. We've got Spirit Breaker on our
Radiant
side.
team pick.
And it's our second pick. I believe Spirit Breaker is going the way of Xanos this game.
Zeus.
And Zeus goes the way of Dave. He's going to play that Zeus mid, guaranteedly. And I haven't watched this replay for a while, but generally Dave does a really good Zeus mid. And I'm fairly certain that he does that this game as well.
Phantom Assassin.
Alright, their second pick's Phantom Assassin, and now it's their ban again. So they're going to ban out Bounty Hunter.
Radiant team ban.
And it's our turn to ban. And Rubik gets taken out of the pool.
Dire team ban.
Someone I don't think we've seen in a tournament was Zeus. He just, I guess they just didn't pick him in the
10 seconds
internationals.
remaining.
I didn't get to watch every game, so I'm not 100% certain on
5
that.
seconds remaining.
They went ahead and banned out
Radiant
Tie
team
Hunter,
ban.
and we went ahead and banned out Silencer. Silencer is
Radiant team pick.
a great ban simply because his global ulti is just terrible. It makes team fights really hard to deal with, because all he has to do is, he doesn't even need to be near the battle. All he has to do is silence, and no one can do anything. Well, none of your team can do anything but auto attack right click. Alright, we're gonna have Hitachi's magic wand, Sporadical, whatever you want to call him, whatever he wants to call himself, on Nature's Prophet.
Radiant team pick.
And really, I'm only giving these out for our side because I don't, again, know the other team, so I don't know who goes where, what they do. Alright, so we've got Nature's Prophet. He's going to be in the jungle. And we don't have Knuckles' pick, which Knuckles tends to play
10
swing.
seconds remaining.
He'll play anywhere he's needed, and we don't have my pick, and there's mine. I'll be playing Broodmother this
Dire
game.
team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
And we're waiting on their fourth pick. From the looks of things, they've got 2 offlaners and a mid, or 2 offlaners and a solo. They could mid Bloodseeker. They could mid, really, they could mid anybody that they have on that team. But Phantom Assassin does better. Well, she does better offlane mid, or offlane, or solo lane, where she can get some farm. She really needs farm, or on lane with a 4 or 5 slot support, where they aren't getting any last hits. And they're running there. Oh, there's the Dragonite pick.
Radiant team
I do know that I will be in lane with this Dragonite, and he'll be solo laning as well with it. We go ahead and banned out the Faceless Void. We didn't need to ban out Faceless Void. They already had 3 carries in that team. They weren't really going to go for another. However,
10 seconds remaining.
we could have banned out another range,
5 seconds
another
remaining.
support. They had an empty support slot. They don't have filled yet.
Reserve time.
All right, and they're going in for their second ban, or 5th ban. Sorry, last ban. And they went ahead and they banned out Darkseer.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Alright, and they grabbed the Enigma for the jungle on their side. And we grabbed Dazzle for our last pick, which is going to be played by Knuckles. That's our last support. Alright, so we're going to switch back over to me because we're the important side.
Prepare for
And
battle.
we got a baby Roshan. It's not nearly as pretty as the golden one from Team Liquid, but whatever. It is very pretty. I believe that's Knuckles' Roshan? Can't tell. Oh well. So, I'm going to be soloing bottom lane with this Broodmother. So I'll be soloing easy lane. And the Nature's Prophet, where he has a global teleport, he could come down and help me out if need be. Alright,
30 seconds to
So-
battle.
right now we've got Zeus mid, played by Dr. Dave. We've got Spirit Breaker, played by Xanos, on the top lane. We've got Nature's Prophet, who's still sitting at the shop, but he's going to be going jungle. And we've got me bottom lane. On their team, we've got Killbear, Killbear, whatever, on Nyx, and Wankers
The battle
him
begins.
on Phantom Assassin on the top lane, and in their jungle we have the Enigma, played by Thunderwolf. Bloodseeker is playing mid as something, Rhinoceros, and again I'm up against Dragonite solo on this bottom lane, and he's played by Hedgehog.
Double damage.
Alright, so I'm going to try to block waves. Wish the legs could get in there and do that, but I'm getting passed by my creeps. Kind of an okay creep block. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and farm up the lane here. I'm definitely doing a lot better last hit wise this time than last time already. We'll go ahead and harass Hedgehog here. He's going to take some tower harassment. And I'll drop my first web. Now, these webs are super important, because with these webs, you gain invisibility, plus a health regen, and a bonus movement speed while you're in them. 20% is the movement speed bonus. She is a little bit squishy. I mean, hell, she's a spider. What do you expect? However, with the invisibility and the webs, you can sit in here and you can just regenerate. Alright, and so a little bit more harass. And her spiders have this little nice little ability that if they damage a enemy, and I think if they kill them, let me click on one because I'm not really certain. Well, I can't see it. Anyways, I believe if they damage an enemy to the point of almost killing them, they will, or to kill them, let's see. The spiderlings will hatch if the target is killed while under its influence. Alright, and then they can actually hatch more. So they can form this huge swarm of spiderlings just simply by attacking one and then killing it off, and attacking another, killing it off. Now, I'm sitting here and he kind of thinks something's fishy, cause I can tell because he's just kind of in there. But you have a bit of move time between your webs, and so you can go in, you can sit there and farm, or you can sit there and let the battle go on around you. You don't have to have the webs anywhere nearby. And just put in a little bit of harass and go invisible. Just kind of like Riki when you're in your webs. You can harass while you're invisible. Your Q does a bit of a nuke damage. It also causes more spiders to spawn whenever you kill with it, or if it dies while it's under its influence, as it says. So now, missed it, but he still got the kill on it. And also, you still go invisible while stunned in your web. So just, again, like Riki in your webs, you can sit there, go invisible, harass. One thing about Broodmother, she does need a soul ring, and I'm kind of getting away so I can get my clarity, or use a clarity to get my mana back up, because unfortunately I don't gain mana while sitting in this little spider web here. And I really need the mana for my spiderling spawning.
I feel sad for them.
Excuse me. I went ahead and jumped inside this, or put a web down by my tower. It keeps the spiderlings, or it keeps me from, getting too far in the visibility range, and I can get my tower pushed back out. Okay, maybe I lied about the last hits. Again, with her being so squishy, it is kind of perilous to go in and actually attack whenever you're first starting out, because you don't have that extra ability to really take the hits like Dragonite over there, where he has the bonus armor. And again, that Q is a nuke, and if it wasn't for the fact that I need it for Spiderlings, I probably would have harassed him with it. But I need it for Spiderlings, and so I'm not going to go harassing Dragonite with it just so I can maybe run him out of lane if I'm lucky. It just doesn't seem like a good idea. But what I will do is I will turn it around and I will fire it on this creep here, killing it instantly and making 3 Spiderlings and a grab. And so now we can just send him all against this Dragonite, and he'll hit me a few times and I'll... So now I can go ahead and send him after these, and these will form more Spiderlings, and those will form more Spiderlings. And like I said, this gets out of hand really quickly. Something I didn't know here that I do know now is that you can actually switch between this and tab. Like, you can tab between you and your Spiderlings so that you have... And back invisible. So that you have just you attacking, or just your Spiderlings attacking, and you don't have to kind of micromanage Age of Empires style on the screen here like I'm doing. And there's another fully grown Spiderling. And just like that, there are already several, and so now I'm going to go ahead and plant another web. That's what this is for. There you go. And I didn't really need to plant it so close together.
Somebody actually died.
Alright. And now I'm going to go ahead and just grab my soul ring straight out. Once you start hitting your farm, provided, and this is the one thing this Dragonite wasn't doing that he could have been, provided you aren't being attacked in the lane, or provided you have the farm for it, provided you have the money, you really should be putting down, every time you see one of these webs, you should be putting down a sentry ward in those webs every time. And that's kind of what I meant by what not to do versus a Broodmother, because I'm sitting here and I'm able to just sit in my webs, and he loses that track of me after every time he goes attacking me in my webs, and puts me, stuns me, whatever, because he doesn't have any true sight. And without that true sight, he can't really do anything to me. And so now I can switch straight to my spiders and just play my Spiderlings and just use them to garner money, garner more Spiderlings, and let my creep wave and everything push out. So now every time I kill another creep, I get another Spiderling, and every Spiderling gets another Spiderling, and then it starts getting ridiculous. And so the number of Spiderlings that can generate from one creep wave, or at one time, is unlimited, as long as you don't run out of time on the Spiderling, on the spawn. So you can keep creating Spiderlings over and over and over and over and over again, as long as one Spiderling's getting a kill on another, and or on a creep, and so forth and so on, until you run out of Spiderlings, and then you have to make more with your Q. That being said, that also works as a really good nuke. And now that I have my soul ring, I can sit in here and I can wait for this to respawn and then just use my soul ring to build more, to use that spell again as soon as I get the mana for it. Mana becomes a non-issue with that soul ring after you get Broodmother started, because you do get the extra creeps, and there you go, just like that. Their bottom tower is melting at level 1, or at level 8. I'm already level 8, and it's 8 minutes in, so I've gained a level 1 mana.
Dire's bottom tower was never my favorite.
Alright, and then again, kill a creep, get a Spiderling, kill a creep, get a Spiderling. This goes on and on and on. And so now, here I am, it's 8 minutes in, their first tower's down. and we're going on their second.
The Dire's bottom tower doesn't even have arms to defend itself.
And this is what
brave
my Broodmother's one of the best lane pushers.
Dire's bottom tower is
However,
under attack. Run, little
a
bottom tower.
good counter to her, and it might not seem like it at first, but a good counter to her is the... And it got me. That's okay, because I'm just going to continue to attack this tower. A good counter to her is a Earthshaker after he hits his 6. Earthshaker's level 6 gets him a Echo Slam, and Echo Slam does more damage based on how many enemies there are in a lane. So you end up dealing ungodly amounts of damage to Broodmother whenever all of her spiderlings are around. And I've got another replay that kind of shows that if I have the time to display it later on. It was a really bad game on our part. We just got slaughtered. Alright, we'll go ahead and make more spiderlings. Because you can never, ever, ever have enough spiderlings unless there's a Earthshaker around. Then he kind of ruins that philosophy. Also, and this is something I didn't do, but I kind of learned earlier, you can make a lot more spiderlings if you keep using your Q on the enemies that you're attacking, because each time your Q hits, it gives you 4 spiders instead of just 2, or instead of just 1 whenever the spiderlings kill them, because spiderling villain obviously makes more spiderlings. So using your Q on it means that you get 4 for each one you kill, and then those 4 can make, 4 more. And again, here goes bottom tower. And that's exactly what I meant by her. She is just an ungodly damage dealer, lane pusher. And after she gets her ulti, she can be a bit of a lane pusher or a damage dealer, but she's mostly a lane pusher. She can go and go and go, and then all you have to do is just sit and wait for things to stop hurting you, or for, Rupture to go off of me, because that's what's on me right now. And I can simply just heal up with, while I'm sitting here. I could have used that salve. I probably will right now, or at least something. But the lane's pushed out, and I no longer need to be there.
It has no arms to defend itself.
And so I'll go in here, I'll grab what's left of my phase boots, or not phase boots, power treads.
By the gods, the Dire's bottom tower doesn't even have arms to defend itself. What a brave tower.
Probably should have bought... we've got it. We're pushing all the way up to the bottom tower now. And I don't think we end up pushing that bottom tower out, simply because there's too many there, and Broodmother can't handle more than one person. Another thing with Broodmother, and I don't do it this game, but I did it a different game, later game that I played Broodmother, you can actually shoot one of your webs into the Roche pit. It doesn't aggro Roche. He doesn't even care if there's webs around, but it does give you not true sight, but sight into the Roche pit. And so then you can go through and you can say, oh hey look, they're doing Roshan, and you'll know when they're doing Roche because they walk over your web. So
double damage.
And we'll go up here. Xanos is gonna take down next assassin.
Dire's middle tower has
or at least try to.
I'm told it was
and I'm gonna go ahead and take him.
Liquefied innards, my favorite.
Alright, and I'm diving this tower for whatever ungodly reason. And this is just retarded. I should never have done this. I got greedy and thought I had this kill. This should never have happened.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This was just, it was embarrassing. I shouldn't have done that. That's such a noob mistake.
Tower is under attack. That's not gonna hold. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
We'll go ahead and throw a spider web here
Seen better days.
and hide out.
Dire's top tower is
Echelons.
under attack.
They can still make.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Baby spiders if you get the hit off of them. we go. Spiderlings. And each spiderling, again, makes another spiderling. So, that's kind of the whole theme to Broodmother is eat people, get babies. Sure, we'll go with that. Eat people, get babies. And so now we're gonna go ahead and try to push out top lane. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I don't think y'all could see that, but ended up hitting my one disc kill next time. I'll sit here while that wave pushes in, because I can't, again, handle 3 people at once. I'll just get melted. But I will take that next. Soul Ring, and she's gonna dash away. But I will get her this time. There's the kill. And we will go ahead and start pushing this tower. Those things take off backdoor protection. The spiderlings. So they count as creeps.
The Dire's top tower is doing its best, but it doesn't look good.
Alright, we can go ahead and go in here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I guess I'm just looking to see what I should buy next. Really, yeah, I'm buying Blade of Alacrity. I'm working on Yasha, which I think becomes Manta style. I'm not 100% certain. I should be throwing a web down, and I do.
Being attacked.
And that gets him to run away, which is nice. Hitachi's sitting in the woods there. He doesn't see them, they don't see me. I'll go ahead and damage him and just hide again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Run, little bottom
Spirit
tower.
Breaker's getting rocked, but went ahead and there's a kill, and then I can just go ahead and get right back in my web. Dazzle actually ended up getting the kill. There's this. Nope, he's gonna go ahead and die. I'll go ahead and spider bomb that so I can get more spiderlings to push this tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Oh, that's got to. Dire's top tower has fallen in battle.
Then we can continue to push out. Again, like I said, anytime you see a spider web and when someone's playing Broodmother, absolutely positively need to put a ward in that, have a Gem of True Sight, something, some way to see Broodmother, because if you can see her, she's as good as dead. She's as squishy as an actual household spider, and if no one has sight on her, then she can push down your towers and have your tier 2 done in 11 minutes. I mean, and that's what I ended up pulling off here on this run through anyways, was an 11-minute tier 2 on the bottom lane.
Killing spree. You're safe.
I can just hang out right there. They all run right past me, and I just wait it out. They don't know I'm here, and I don't want them to know I'm here, so
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I can go ahead and pull that creep wave and get its aggro, but again, just waiting in the webs, just sitting back, waiting in the webs, seeing what happens, you know, waiting for someone to come by, and ended up getting rocked.
Radiant's bottom tower
Also,
is
that
under
ulti
attack.
gives her
Radiant's
lifesteal,
bottom tower was
and
always the weakest tower.
her incapacitating bite actually causes a slow and miss chance. So I know it's a little late, but let me go on ahead and go over this. You all know what the first two do. The second one is her third's a passive. It's incapacitating bite. It gives a slow and a miss chance to anyone you attack. 40% slow, 60% miss chance. And her ulti is Insatiable Hunger, which gives her bonus damage and a lifesteal, which is at a 60% lifesteal, and her maximum's 80. 60% level 2, 40% level 3, so it's a lot better. The ulti's actually better than most of the lifesteals in the game. Oh, and the dust. See, this will be a death of me because I'm dusted. So that's right there is what I'm talking about with detection. She just melts, and I believe it was Bloodseeker that had the dust, and I went through and I checked, and I can't remember who had it. Enigma, Bloodseeker, one or the other.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Dragonite didn't have
Radiant's
it.
top tower is under attack.
Bloodseeker doesn't have it. Enigma doesn't have it. So maybe they had that was their last one and they used it or something, but definitely detection. Anytime you see a Broodmother on the other team, detection, detection, detection. Never let her just sit in her webs and be invisible, because she can come back at you, come and be around behind you, pull your creep wave out of the way, turn it into a bunch of spiders, whatever. But she can go through and just cause a large problem for your lane if you just leave her alone. Not getting any chance to turn creeps into spiderlings here. Also, you see that huge movement speed bonus within the webs. Just outside the tower's range. And Bloodseeker just gets melted, and so does their tower.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So we go ahead and we set up another web. The web placement can be about that far apart and not have any negative effects. And all the spiderlings there. Probably all going to get killed. The spiderlings do provide gold, and so feeding spiderlings like that probably isn't the best of ideas. However, his echelons also give me gold, so and without detection, again, I can just stand there right at the lip of their base, and not even worry that they are dead in front of me, and the two of them could probably melt me a well-placed black hole. The echelons, I wouldn't stand up to that. But they don't have any sight, they don't have any vision, they don't have anything sitting there, so I can just sit here and watch and provide true sight for that attack. And now he's going to come in, and I'm just going to go invisible. Nothing to it. And he's going to come right back through and Spider Bomb. And without Vendetta, he just falls over dead.
You never see what gets you.
Also, whenever you create new spiderlings and you hit tab, it selects all of the new spiderlings, not just the ones you normally selected. It selects all of the ones under your control. Now, if you select all with the box, like I'm doing in this, and then tab, it still keeps everybody selected. It won't switch between the two. So it's better to tab and move than to actually, than to select all. It works out better. This is going to get me killed. Maybe. I'll sit here and, get melted. I got a little cocky, got in there, thought I could take one, didn't know the others were in the woods.
Death wrapped me up, but not for long.
Broodmother's an agility hero, but she's also a micro hero, micromanagement hero. So one thing you really want to work on is getting, aura abilities such as Vladimir's Offering, which is what I'm going for now, which gives everybody a bit of lifesteal, you know. And you also want to work on things like drums. Drums are a big help. Anything that, you know, a micromanagement hero would use.
Radiant structures are fortified. Don't waste time hitting them. Oh, that's not good for the Radiant. Killing spree.
To be seen.
Got hit with that, but one and kill him.
I'll drink
I don't know what he thought he was going to do there, but I know what I was going to do, so now I'm going to wait for this creep wave, which once I get their attention, I can then turn them into spiderlings and push the wave back out. With the wave readily pushed, we can go in and we can start working on their tier 3s. One thing she's not really great at is sieging a tier 3, a base. She can do it with her spiderlings, with, you know, killing off a large wave, or the waves of creeps and getting, you know, 20 spiderlings or so and going in. But she has a lot of trouble because she is so squishy, and sieging a base isn't the easiest thing in the world to do.
Dominating. The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. That's not gonna hold. Right. The Dire's top tower is doing its best, but it doesn't look good. Dire's structures are fortified. That's what that wispy glow around the tower means.
Yeah, this might not end well. But then there's Dazzle. And this time it's being played by Knuckles and not Soda. However, Knuckles does extremely well with Dazzle and as a support in general. Alright, and so now, again, without detection, I can just hide here while their wave passes me by. And I'll wait for them to get to my next web, and I believe I'm going to stop their creep wave here. And I do. That way, they don't have any support. You stop the creep wave, they can't push the tower. So now they're going to come back at me, and I'm going to stop attacking and just still. Just like this. Poof. Gone. Yeah, he'll kill off a few of my spiderlings, and I'll move so he doesn't try that again. But he doesn't know he killed off a couple of my spiderlings. There's Vladimir's Offering. He knows I'm still in this web, or at least he thinks so. Again, you have a large range where you stay invisible inside the web, so I'll actually run to this next web before they go and get detection. And maybe make them waste their detection on the next web.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Timber! Wave! Double kill! The Dire's top tower is doing its best, but it doesn't look good.
And go ahead and nuke that way, and that tower.
Has fallen. It was only a matter of time. Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, see, a tab switch right there would be even better than what I was doing. But now I can select everybody, and you see how many spiderlings I have now going for me. He decided to make his echelons, and
the sky is
I'm
falling.
gonna go ahead.
No, wait, that's just Dire's top barracks. Dire's top barracks are under attack. It's too perilous.
out this next tower with Knuckles here.
It's a dire scenario for those top barracks.
And again,
Dire's top
just
barracks
like
have
that,
fallen. Let there be a moment of silence.
I'm going to the attacks. Ruptured. Probably killed. Yeah, definitely killed.
Killing spree.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work for Knuckles, who's probably going to get killed as well.
Double kill.
But we did take down the barracks. While they're still trying to take down that top lane. And the neat thing is, if they walk through one of those and Xanos, in one of those webs, and Xanos playing Spirit Breaker sees them, he can actually go and charge them while they're standing in my web, because that does provide sight. Even if it is just a little bit of sight.
Very nice. Radiant's top tower is under attack. About time. Radiant's
So I'm about
top
to have
tower
Vlads.
has fallen.
They finally got the top tower. Here's Vladimir's offering. And a couple TP scrolls.
The Radiant should really do something about that middle tower.
And turn them into spiders. Here's someone doing Roshan over in the side there. Again, if I would have had a web down, I would have been able to go in and actually hear that or see that going on, but we didn't have a web down. And when you start playing Broodmother, you'll actually notice that you feel kind of vulnerable without a web sitting around. So it does get kind of scary not having a web.
Dire has fortified its structures.
They actually had to leave Roshan and he's still alive.
Dire's middle tower is all alone in the world, being attacked. Very nice.
I got seen, but it's okay because everyone else is here and I'm not really worried about it.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks have fallen. Killing spree. Double Dire's middle barracks. Dire's middle barracks shall be remembered.
Oh, and another thing, Dazzle's magic, his Shadow Weave or Shadow Wave does a lot more damage whenever there's 20 spiderlings around and it can chain between all of them.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's ancient is under attack. Lava. Dire's ancient is under attack. Dire's ancient
Actually going to
is
chase
about
her,
to
chase
blow.
that
Killing
Dragonite
spree.
all the way in and
Radiant victory. Achievement for the ages.
Radiant victory. And there goes Spirit Breaker charging their Falcon. Just because he could. again, that's kind of a what not to do with Broodmother, or what not to do against Broodmother, because they had one chance, two chances where they did vision, and they could have had vision on my webs the whole time and shut me down completely. I've seen it happen with one of the other games I played. I was solo laning versus 2, and that's a lot harder to do with Brood because she is so squishy. But you just set one sentry ward, you get 2 in a pack, you set one of them within between 2 webs, and you have both webs pretty much covered, or mostly covered. It's enough to shut me. It's enough to shut a Broodmother down. The trick is, if you start getting killed in your webs, you just pick up a set of wards of your own and go through and de-ward your webs. However, sometimes you don't have that luxury if you keep getting killed, or if something happens, you just can't get to farm because you're being harassed out of the lane. It might become a bit of an issue, but generally, if you get killed in your web, just get you some sentry wards before you get back down the lane, and again go in and de-ward your web so that you can become invisible, so you can go through and do all that damage that you need to do, and do all that lane pushing you need to do. But that's Broodmother in a nutshell.